Refugee Week. Refugee Week is a UK-wide festival celebrating the contributions, creativity and resilience of refugees. It is held every year around World Refugee Day, which is on the 20th of June. Through a program of arts, cultural and educational events, Refugee Week brings about positive encounters between communities, helping them to connect and learn from each other and promoting understanding of why people seek sanctuary, aiming to create a culture of welcome. Refugees have made a massive cultural, social and economic contribution to life in the UK in the last 450 years, despite often negative government policy and unwelcoming society. Many famous household names and national dishes, for example, are evidence of the presence of refugees. Marks and Spencer's, patak, fish and chips, and of course the mini. Going back to iconic designs and household brands, not many people know that one of the founders of Marks and Spencer's was a Russian refugee, Michael Marks. They arrived in Britain in 1882. He worked initially as a peddler, and by 1884 he opened his first shop with the Englishman Tom Spencer. They were so successful that within 6 years they opened 36 shops, and obviously the chain then became a household names with many shops virtually in every city in England, which continues to be regarded as one of the iconic brands of this country. Patak, Britain's well-known Indian food brand, was founded in 1957 by Mr. Patak, a refugee from Kenya that is said to have arrived in England with his wife and 6 children and only £5 in his pocket. He soon spotted an opportunity in the market with regards to fast food and produced products that to this day can be found in any supermarket. He finally sold the company in 2007 for £200 million. And then, of course, we got the Mini that was designed by Alek Isiknosis, the son of Greek refugees. So it's important to note that when people come over here, most often than not, they are not rich, or they might be in some disadvantaged kind of situation. But soon, some people will establish a legacy that then is kind of hand over to their families as well in society. In this country, there are many refugees that they are very famous, and again, another surprising fact that not many people realise or possibly want to admit is that Prince Philip himself was a refugee. He was born into the Greek and Danish royal families in the island that is known to us as Corfu, but his family was exiled from the country when he was an infant, and he ended up settling in England. To this day, the contributions from people who are seeking or have sought asylum in this country is vast. In many spheres we have seen, in art, in politics, in science, in history, in music. Some of the famous names will be known to many, like Mo Farah, for example, a refugee from Somalia, one of the most decorated athlete in British athletics history with 10 global titles, and he also is the first British athlete to win 2 gold medals at the same World Championships. Some of the other asylum seekers and refugees that have brought with them many of the skills and talents from their own home countries might be less famous. So, for example, we have Maya Youssef, who is an award-winning Syria Qanun player from Damascus. Her work is particularly interesting because she challenges traditions by composing pieces that blend different cultures and instruments together. We also have Al-Sadiq Al-Radi, who is a Sudanese poet and is one of the leading African poets writing in Arabic today. And more lately as well, we have Jassim Ghafoor, an art teacher from Kurdistan who came to the UK in 2000 for political reasons, and once he got granted leave to remain, he went to study at a UK university. His work is exhibited nationally and internationally. In this presentation, we've had the chance to learn about the contributions made by asylum seekers and refugees and their families. Every year, Refugee Week has a theme. This year is Imagine. You can find out more on refugeeweek.org.uk on how to get involved. But for now, I will leave you with a quote that captures what I would like to imagine. A return to a more peaceful world made a little bit more possible if we all really remembered that we belong to each other.